Okay, Liam, today we're going to be talking about the concepts which a lot of players have of turning the shoulders level with the ground in the backswing. A lot of players want to do this. They want to load up that back leg, get into a powerful position to stay behind it, throw that club at impact. But what could be the issue with that?
There's a number of issues. Obviously, firstly, it's your interpretation of obviously how you're turning. And if you asked a number of different players of all different skill levels to kind of turn, they would all interpret that very, very differently. So obviously, looking at the basic concept, number one, that the golf ball is on the ground, we have to be rotating at an incline towards the floor. So obviously, if you demonstrate this in a way where, if I was to place this just off your shoulder here, as you rotate to the top, this left shoulder is actually moving down and in. So obviously now we're starting to see there's now an incline towards the ground with your shoulders. You've created a lot of room, but now obviously everything's angled down into the ground, ready for you to obviously strike the ground. Now a common obviously misconception is a couple of things we see, like you've mentioned, the turning level with the ground, flat shoulder plane. Now, as you'll see here, as I demonstrate it, as I start to rotate to flat, my head's being pulled off and away from the golf ball. So now that's going to play a really big influence on my ability to strike the ground in the right place.
Yeah, and if I get into my setup position here, I think one of the easiest ways to simplify the golf swing is if we were to take this golf ball and put it up chest height, and we were going to make an attempt at hitting that as far as we could, well then it would be okay to have a level shoulder.
Indeed.
But seeing as the golf ball is on the ground, and tilted, a small object on the ground, which we need to hit down on it.
Correct.
If I make that same move, shoulders are level, but from the face-on view, Liam, what has happened to my body?
So now you're dragged off. You've stayed in your forward bend for too long. You've stayed in this tilt for too long. Obviously shoulders level, but now I've moved off my center line. So now I'm going to do one of two things. I'm going to stay back. I'm going to release the club too quickly, too early, or I'm going to make a compensatory movement to try and shift back, all of which happening in such a short space of time is relatively tough to obviously to manage in time.
For sure. Okay, so we know why it might be an issue for players, especially when they're struggling with those shots that hit the ground too far behind, maybe top shots with the fairway woods as well.
Yes.
Now, what's a great drill to work on this and ultimately solve it?
So basic drill, and firstly I'm a big believer in the kind of dry drills as I call them. So take the club out your hands, do a lot of drills where you're training your pivot. So if you place the club across your chest now, and a really simple drill I like to use a lot is if you set yourself up, place a lot of pressure in your left foot and just put your right foot back and behind you. Okay. Now all you're trying to do, keep your head still, and we're going to tilt this golf club or angle this golf club down into the ground as we rotate back. So now as we see, inclined towards the floor, my shoulders have rotated at a 90-degree angle to my spine, but obviously with your right foot there, it's keeping your head centered as you're doing that. So now it's a really, really good feel in between shots, a couple of drills here and there, a couple of practice swings, go ahead, get the club, recreate it.
So just to, let's say, reverse this and go with my back foot forward, why would it be difficult to get that same sensation? Why do we need to place that back foot behind us?
Well, we start to feel, number one, there's the stability of it's keeping me centered, but number two, as I start to do that, you'll be able to see my right hip, my right shoulder. It's giving me this feeling at my right side opening up, which is essentially pulling my left side down towards the ground. Yeah,
and we're going to be talking about this in another video, so make sure you check that out, but about how the right side of the body, the whole side, tends to lengthen. And by allowing us to have our back foot behind us, Liam, that allows that.
It's almost presetting that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And I just really feel just that perfect amount of pressure shift towards the trail foot really helps me stay centered over the golf ball, and that golf club is going to be pointing more down to the ball. Definitely adds a lot of freedom. Just that feeling and sensation from that face-on view as well. What I would like to say to players is when they're doing this, just be mindful of almost where your lead ear position is, left ear for the right hander, and almost just feel like that's staying close to the target as you make this feeling, because you're going to be so used to turning level, shifting off there.
Correct.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I've got that feeling there, Liam.
All right, give it a go.
I'm going to transfer this into my rusty padlock golf swing. Let's see how it comes off. Perfect, mate. So got those shoulders tilting rather than just turning. If you want to improve your ball striking, use this drill.
Thanks for watching this video. YouTube thinks that you would benefit from watching this one next. So click that card and it could be the tip that you need to take your game to the next level. I'll see you next time.